Today we are changing our PC's oil, which I know sounds ridiculous, but is completely necessary. Because a few months ago, we built an entire PC submerged entirely in motor oil, which at this point looks a lot like sludge to me. This is wild. Ooh, all right, yeah. But during this PC build, I actually made one fatal error. For whatever reason, I ended up using this motor oil, which is 20W50. Honestly, some of the most viscous motor oil that you can find. And because this liquid is so thick, it actually prevents the fans from fully spinning. And while the whole point of building a submerged PC like this is to take advantage of liquid's thermal conductivity, which is better than air, if the liquid prevents the fans from spinning, that's not ideal. So today, we're gonna fix it. I just went out and got some new motor oil that is far less viscous, meaning it's much less thick and should let this run quite a bit better. But first, let's see if this PC still works at all. I might just be wasting my time here, who knows? I have actually forgotten all the specs inside of here, but as you can see, it's definitely an ITX board, looks like an Intel cooler, so we can assume an Intel CPU. This might be like a 580 GPU, and it looks like a 750 watt power supply in there. That's actually a good power supply. All right, let's see if this PC still works. I will say, I do really like the aesthetic of the motor oil PC because it's so dark. Normally people will submerge their PC in mineral oil, which is a clear liquid, and importantly also does not conduct electricity. But because the dark liquid hides the components, I love this look. All right, mouse, keyboard, HDMI, power. I think we're good. All right, moment of truth. As we hotwire these two pins together, did anything happen? Oh, okay, here's what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, what in the world is happening here? What is this? Okay. I wouldn't say that's like the best artifact in the world to see. Should we assume that this still works? Oh, hey, wow, we actually got to Windows, despite all of these little artifacts. I will say, I don't think that's the motor oil's fault. I'm pretty sure I used this GPU in like a previous experiment, and I can't remember. I did something weird too. Probably froze it in a block of ice or something. But okay, the PC does work, which means it's time for the oil change, because as you can see, our fans are still struggling to spin. Yeah, that's just not gonna cut it. We need some more consistent spinning. It's also very hard to tell, but our CPU fan is doing the exact same thing. We are getting no fan spinning inside of this thing. So it's time to change that. This is how you power down the PC as well. I love it. Okay, we need to pour this oil out. Got a nice handy bucket. Why I decided to wear white today? I'm not sure. This might be a bad idea. Doesn't seem like a super easy way to do this. I guess I should unplug it first. Oh, man, this PC looks so cool. I mainly just don't want to like get things messier than they already are. So I want to get these power cables out of the way. Those are currently dry. All right, here goes nothing. Hopefully this pours well. Oh, there we go, baby. Look how viscous this is. It looks like molasses. Wow. Yeah, that's some pretty thick oil, if you ask me. And all that viscosity was basically preventing our fans from spinning. Although it was allowing our PC to still function, which is pretty cool, right? What I do like about this viscous of liquid is that it makes for a perfectly silent PC, which somehow did not really overheat. Now, we're probably not gonna be able to get all of it out, but I think that's okay. Wow, that is a lot of motor oil. I think that might be good enough. I mean, that's a full bucket of motor oil right there. I will dispose of it the correct way, even though it wasn't in a car. It was just in a PC. Oh no, this bucket has a hole in it. Okay, our problem has not been solved, but it has been delayed, and I'll take that. And now we also have a much clearer view into the actual internals of this computer, which I will say, pretty janky build, if I'm honest. Our PCIe ribbon is going directly over our CPU fan here. There's still like a little bit of sludge, I would say, on these components, but honestly, they're in pretty good shape. I was not sure if the motor oil was going to break down the plastic inside of these components or not. And it's been like this for maybe a year or so. I feel like if it was gonna degrade this, it would have already. Okay, it's time to add the new oil to our PC. And I guess we're going with Mobile 1. All right, cool. There's no special technique here, you just pour. Wow, you can already tell how liquidy this one is compared to the previous one. This is pouring much more like water as opposed to honey. And the most important thing is hopefully there's nothing in this motor oil that'll short out our PC. That container got us like 90% of the way there. Don't worry, I'm gonna top it off. We just need a little bit more. So let's go ahead and add just enough so that the motherboard is completely submerged. And I think that might about do it. All right, perfect. Visually, this motor oil does maybe anecdotally look a little less dark, but if that'll allow our fans to fully spin, I think it's gonna be worth it. So let's plug this all back in. HDMI back in, power back in. Oh, I see a good sign. Again, this might be very hard to see, but our CPU fan is fully spinning now. And while it is still quite a bit slower, our GPU fans are actively spinning and not just starting and stopping, stopping over and over again. Yes, spin my fan, spin. So that's a good sign. Although we did get a blue screen. So now let's figure this out. This probably also would have been a good time to replace the GPU with one that we know doesn't have all these artifacts. But that would also then require sacrificing another GPU into the black box that is our motor oil PC. And I'm also not really sure how to clean any of these components yet. I guess I would assume that you would just kind of like coat it in the isopropyl alcohol or something like that. This is crazy to me. This is such gibberish. That's wild. Not exactly what you want to see when you're starting a PC, right? But a Windows screen, now that I will take. I also just realized, hopefully this has Wi-Fi, because I don't really have access to plug in Ethernet. I do see a Wi-Fi module, so hopefully that does work. And actually, let's see exactly what specs we have. Okay, it looks like inside of here, we are rocking an i5 6600K. Not too shabby. We have 8 gigs of, I'm assuming DDR4. Not too shabby. Oh, we do have an SSD somewhere hidden inside of here. I totally forgot about storage. Oh, we have a 2 terabyte SSD inside of there? Why did I put a 2 terabyte SSD inside of this motor oil PC? And we do in fact have Wi-Fi, that's fantastic. Although, why is our GPU not being read? There's no GPU here. May or may not be the same reason we have all of these artifacts on screen, but at least we're getting the output we do have, you know? But importantly, our fans are spinning. So let's go ahead and pressure test this by playing some video games on our motor oil PC. Do you guys think Wi-Fi is affected differently being submerged in oil versus just being out in the open air? Surely it should be affected a little bit, right? Like with refraction and all. I don't really know. Interesting though. Maybe I'll have to test that in the future. While Counter-Strike works on an update, let's also go ahead and download Afterburner so we can measure the temperature of all of our components. Can't really see what I'm clicking on, but we're gonna guess this is the right button. And wow, this looks great with the new oil. It looks much less sludgy. Look how much less sticks to the screwdriver as I just dip into it. I like the look of that. Oh, and okay, I was incorrect. This is actually an RX 570 as opposed to the 580. Those were solid cards back in the day. There was actually one point when I was so into buying and selling PCs locally that I had like 25 RX 580s and 570s just like on my table all at once. I felt like a kingpin. Our CPU's at a very respectable 34 degrees Celsius, and potentially the coolest part is that, well, listen very close. Do you hear that? That's silence. This is a near completely silent PC, which is definitely a huge reason to go down the submerged PC route. These are like noiseless. You can't even tell this is on right now. I'm still curious how it games though. We're still waiting for the update. At this point, it's very clear to me that the GPU inside of this motor oil PC is faulty, for a lack of better wording. Of course, we have all these artifacts on screen, but even more importantly, it's not properly recognized by the PC, and we can't install any driver updates, meaning that we can't launch any modern games, although we can launch Call of Duty 2. But the performance is, well, let's just say abysmal. And so we have a couple options. The first is to swap out the GPU for a new one to dunk into our motor oil. But the second option, which may be more feasible, is just to use integrated graphics because we have this Intel 6600K. And if we take a close look, we can see that the HDMI port in the motherboard is fairly accessible. So if we just go ahead and sacrifice our HDMI cable, ideally we're now able to run this computer entirely with its integrated graphics. And as you can see, no more artifacts. So that was definitely a GPU problem. Okie dokie, we finally got it to work. So let's try to play a single game of CS2, and then we can see how the temperatures are doing. We're at the lowest possible resolution, and the integrated graphics inside of here still struggling quite a bit, as you can see. Honestly, if we get a single kill, I'll be very impressed. But I'm up for a challenge. Ooh, maybe not. We are struggle busing, and the bus is full. Oh, back turned? No, that's our chance. Come on, come on. Oh, we got him somehow. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got him. Dude, that is crazy. There's no way we should have got that kill. I am also lagging quite a bit, so maybe that discussion around how Wi-Fi performs inside of mineral oil or motor oil deserves an actual test. You know what? When in doubt, go for the chicken.
Target neutralized.
As you can tell, this PC needs a little bit of an upgrade, specifically in the GPU department. Whatever happened in its previous experiment kind of like gutted this thing. I mean, it's not properly recognized by the PC. It has the craziest artifacts that I've ever seen, and it's really just not doing its job. So now the question is, inside of our motor oil PC, should we replace our GPU with like a different one? I'm also heavily considering getting an entire new case for this, because honestly, this one is a little bit cramped. It's like a little too small for what we want to do. I had to cram all this stuff inside of it. And as a result of that, our cable management is less than ideal, we'll say. Also, this is a little warm, but honestly not awful. But as we get more space, we'll actually have more liquid to absorb more heat, and we'll improve the thermals even further. Because I will say, the motor oil is doing its job of dissipating and pulling heat away from our core components. We just happen to have components that are not fantastic at doing their job. I'm looking at you, buddy. That said, I will say that the oil change itself was a success. We went from our very viscous liquid to our much, much thinner liquid, and now our fans are spinning. So I think the next step is contemplate getting a new GPU for our motor oil PC, potentially getting another case. And thirdly, we need to do something about the fumes, because I can't imagine smelling motor oil all day is good for health. Which is why this PC typically lives in my garage. Maybe with a better case, we can also encapsulate it so there's quite literally a black box with like 1 or 2 cables coming out of it. That would be really cool. Because despite how ridiculous this is, the visual of it I do think is really, really cool. I almost wish it was a tiny bit darker. I have looked into adding food coloring to this to make it even darker, but that also could potentially lead to things that electrically conduct, and I don't want to deal with that. So there's definitely a handful of improvements we can make to our motor oil PC, but you know, I'm pretty happy with the oil change. So thanks for joining me on that one. If you have any suggestions of what we should do next to this, leave them in the comments down below. We'll see if we can improve this even further. But for now, I've been Mr. Yeaster, your tech tinkerer, and I'll catch you in the next one. Aw, yeah.